Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about the British administrative organization in India. The British Indian administration was run by four principal institutions: civil services, army, police, and judiciary. First, we have to learn about civil services. The term civil service was used for the first time by the East India Company to distinguish its civilian employees from their military counterparts. Translating laws into action and collecting revenue were the main jobs of civil service. The civil service was initially commercial in nature, but later it was transformed into public service. Lord Wellesley, who came to India as Governor General in 1798. In 1798, Governor General was Lord Wellesley. He was introduced the idea of suitable training for the civil servants in India. In 1800, he established College for Fort William at Calcutta to provide training in literature, science, and language. The Indian Civil Service Act of 1861, passed by the British Parliament, exclusively reserved certain categories of high executive and judicial posts for the Covenant's civil service, which was later designated as the Indian Civil Service. Due to the lowering of age limit and holding of examination in London, it could be possible only for a very few wealthy Indians to appear at the ICS examination. In 1869, three Indian Surendranath Banerjee, Ramesh Chandra Dutt, and Biharilal Gupta became successful in the ICS examination. Now, let us see the army. The army was the second important pillar of the British administration in India. The army was the second important pillar of the British administration in India. The East India Company started recruiting in its own army, which came to know as the Sepoy Army. Its army is known as Sepoys. The Sepoy army was trained and disciplined according to European military standard and was commanded by the European officers in the battlefield. During the early stage of British rule, three separate armies had been organized in the three presidencies of Bengal, Bombay, and Madras. The three presidencies were Bengal, Bombay, and Madras. Next one. In 1857, the Indian constituted about 86% of total strength of the company's army. 86% of the total strength of the company's army. However, the officer of the army were exclusively British. British only the army officers in that field. For example, in 1856, only 3 Indians in the army received a salary of 300 rupees per month. Per month he received only 300 rupees. The highest rank an Indians could ever reach was their Subedar. In 1857, The strength of the army in India was 3,11,400, of whom 2,65,900 were Indians. Its officers were British. British were only officers in that Indian army. Next one. After the revolt of 1857, the important changes were made in the Indian Army Services in 1858. Indian Army Services were changed in 1858. They increased the British troops and reduced the Indian troops. The Indian troops were reduced and British troops were increased. Also, only the English appointed in artillery. Next one, we have to learn about the police. When the East India Company took over the Diwani in 1765, the Mughal police system was under the control of Faujidas, who were in charge of their circles or rural districts. The Kotwals were in charge of towns, while the village watchmen were paid and controlled by zamindars. The police system was created by Cornwallis. Cornwallis only created the police system in India. He relieved the zamindars from police functions and established a regular police force in 1791. Cornwallis established a system of circles and each headed by Daroga. The authority of the Daroga extended to village watchmen who performed the police duties in the villages. Next one is judicial system. In 1772, the dual government was abolished and the company took over the direct responsibility for the collection of revenue as well as the administration of the justice. Company only responsible for revenue and administration. Consequently, the Diwani Adalat and Faujidari Adalat were established. By the Regulating Act of 1773, a Supreme Court was set up in Calcutta. Supreme Court in Calcutta was set up in 1773. On the model of the Supreme Court of Calcutta, a Supreme Court was established in Madras in 1801 and in Bombay in 1823, and in 1832 William Bentinck started a jury system in Bengal. An Indian Law Commission was established, a compile of laws. A rule of law was established for the whole empire. Sir Eliza Impey was the first Chief Justice of the Supreme Court at William in Bengal. According to the Indian High Court Act in 1861, 3 high courts were set up in Calcutta, Bombay and Madras in place of old Supreme Courts. Thank you, students.